One of the country's most respected TV journalists, Bridget Kendall, returned to Lincoln last night. Kendall, a visiting professor at the university, periodically visits us to get a feel for how we're developing. She paid her first visit to Siren FM and spent a few moments talking to the staff.
Do they come in here or do you go out and interview?
Yeah, well, we have a number of ways. The main thing we do is we get people to create their own audio, which we then play out on air, and then we invite them on the show to have a chat about their experiences, about if there's a news story that's relevant, like for example when Barack Obama got inaugurated, we had 7 or 8, I think 13, 14-year-olds saying, does it matter to you, or it's in America, do you care? Interesting mixed responses, so we just get kids.
Between a Siren FM interview and her guest lecture, Kendall managed to find time to speak to members of faculty as well.
He's a lovely chap. He's a guy who's transformed by the presence of the mic.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that happens to a lot of us.
He shuffles around with a plastic bag, and you think, well, who's that? Then in front of the mic, he's God.
Yeah, I noticed a large radio personality coming across.
Yeah, it's lovely to see really. And I've got my own show now.
No, really, yeah. Here on Science
News. Siren.
What's it called?
Behind the Headlines.
Uh-huh.
Every time. Yeah, you can listen to it. You could listen to it.
No, but I mean, playback.
I think it should be by popular demand. It's repeated. On a Saturday.
Then on to the main event of her evening, a lecture on the nature of spin in the modern age.
When a government's message is straight, it's very important to know what it is. An official who doggedly feeds you the party line without ceasing to disguise it is doing you a favour in some ways. He's being much less misleading than the more sophisticated diplomat whose spin is harder to detect. There was one spokesman at Downing Street who was so clumsy in the way he used to convey information. I always used to find it very useful because you could always tell immediately what the government line was.
Would you?
Finally, the link was able to get a few exclusive words.
Yes, I'm very impressed with the radio station. That's great that it's happening 24 hours a day. It's quite an achievement actually. There's a lot of airtime. Very, very good, and looks very professional.
Well, we do try. Do you find it quite nice to be attached to sort of the journalists of the future? Do you think it's sort of a sense of giving something back in that regard?
Yeah, it is, I suppose. It's nice to talk to people who are entering the profession, or hoping to. I like talking to faculty too, who think about journalism in a more conceptual way, because I find that quite interesting. Yeah. Because I missed the time doing the practical stuff. And I also like getting out of London and being somewhere completely different, because especially working in the electronic media, radio and TV, you can be in a bit of a bubble, and so it's nice to get out of it.
Thank you very much.